Glad to have you with us in the studio. I'm Reese Davis, bringing you the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. The Cornhuskers have shown few signs of weakness lately. They are exuding confidence in everything they do. String together a few W's, that's exactly what happens. We'll see if they can keep it up. We've done all we can do here. Time to tee it up. Let's send it out to Brad and Kirk for the call. David and I will be with you at halftime.
You wouldn't know it, but it only took 90 days to build Memorial Stadium back in 1923. Today, it's one of the iconic sites in college football.
Welcome back to sunny Lincoln, Nebraska. After their win last week over Minnesota and Northwestern's loss, the Cornhuskers now sit top of the Big Ten West. But if they want to stay there, they're going to have to leave Memorial Stadium with their fourth straight win. Their defense has been a big factor in their three-game winning streak. They're hopeful for another good performance today against a very balanced Northwestern offense. An incompletion on first down, so it's 2nd and 10. They're going to spread out the Nebraska defense and run it up the middle from shotgun. And Cam Border breaks one tackle and gets a good gain of 9 on their first carry. They run it again on 3rd and short, and they get the first down with a 6-yard carry. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for this Northwestern offense. 2 running backs in the backfield, 3 receivers out there, and it's going to be another run up the middle. It's been successful for them so far, and it works yet again. This time, Cam Porter goes for 10 and gives them yet another first down. Nebraska's run defense in this 3-game winning streak has been very good. Unfortunately, it's been a slow start for them today. But they get their first stop, only a 2-yard carry on first down, so it's 2nd and 8, and they're going to look to go through the air. And once again, they have even more success. A 9-yard completion goes for yet another first down. Nebraska's defenses do tend to get out to a slow start. It has changed a little bit in the past couple of weeks, but it looks like another slow start today. An incomplete on first down, and so it's going to be 2nd and 10. The quarterback's going to take it himself, and he has the sideline, breaks one tackle, and gets pushed out of bounds after a gain of 33. He's not even fast, but when there's no Nebraska defenders in the area, it's pretty easy to get a big gain. So it is an awful start for this Nebraska defense, as Northwestern have gone down the field with ease, doing whatever they want. 1st and 10, it's a read option, and we finally make a play. We hit the quarterback in the backfield, and he loses 4. It is Blaze Gunnarsson who brings him down for the tackle for loss. 2nd down completion goes for 5 yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 9 for Northwestern. 3rd and 9, quarterback's going to drop back to throw, looking to scramble to the right-hand side. He finds his man, but there's plenty of defenders in the area. Jacob Gill goes for 7. They're going to be short of the first down. They can still go for this, and they're going to. Northwestern being aggressive here. 4th and 2. Once again, Northwestern are bringing 2 running backs in the backfield. 3 receivers on the field, and it is a handoff up the middle, and he has a wide open lane to walk into the end zone untouched. Nebraska are even in a 4-3 defense. They sent their linebackers on blitzes, and still, it was as easy as physically possible for Northwestern. So they get the 4th down conversion, and they get 7 points on their first drive. So it's an awful start for the Nebraska defense, the worst they probably looked since the Penn State game. A rush for 2 yards on first down, so it's going to be 2nd and 8. 3 receivers on the field from shotgun. Jeff Holland's going to look to throw. He had probably his best game through the air last week, and it is a 9-yard completion into a very tight window on 2nd and 8. They move the chains. And Jeff Holland really needed to step up last week because the running game was basically non-existent. We're hopeful we can get it going a little bit better today. 1st and 10, 2 tight ends on the field from shotgun. And it's going to be Jake Pierce one more time. Counter run, and he's got some space. The first big run we've seen in a while. And he goes for almost 20 yards. 19-yard gain for Jake Pierce on the counter from shotgun. Not only was it good blocking from the offensive line, but Jake Pierce ran the ball very well as well. 1st and 10. From I formation, it's going to be Jake Pierce one more time. Looking to hit this right edge, and it's another good run. He runs over one defender. And it is back-to-back big runs for Jake Pierce. This one goes for 16. Jake Pierce hasn't always shown off the best vision, but those last 2 runs looks like a lot of improvement from him. 1st and 10, 2 tight ends on the field from pistol this time. And it's going to be a read option play. Jeff Holland's going to take it this time, and he's got plenty of more space. Runs over one man, and he gets a gain of 8. This running game's starting to get going. With the running ability Jeff Holland has, if we can get Jake Pierce in the running game going, that's going to be hard to stop. Jake Pierce gets enough to move the chains, and then an incompletion on first down. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 here. From the shotgun, it's going to be another run for Jake Pierce at the middle. Once again, he's got a good lane, and he might have enough for the touchdown, and he does. It is the 3rd run of the drive, over 15 yards for Jake Pierce. And the Nebraska offense responds with the touchdown themselves. Last week, we started with both teams going 3 and out. This week, both teams drive down the field for 7. First and 10 for the Northwestern offense. Can we see an improved second drive for this defense? It's a decent start. The running back only goes for 3 on first down. That's going to make it 2nd and 7 here. Still going to spread us out, 4 wide receivers on the field, and it is a speed option play. The quarterback's going to take it this time, and once again, he has plenty of space. So even though he's not fast, there's still no one there to bring him down until he gets 8 yards and moves the chains. I hesitate to focus on the quarterback in these option plays because he's just not as good of a runner as their running back and not even close. But if he has all that kind of space, it's pretty easy for him. Now he goes through the air and he finds another good reception. Jacob Gill over the middle for a gain of 14, and they're already near midfield. So far, we found this Northwestern offense really hard to stop. They don't really have any elite players, but they are a very well-balanced unit. A completion on first down goes for nothing, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. 4-man rush, and it's going to get some pressure for the first time. First time we've seen the quarterback get hit, and it is Tim Hart who brings him down for the first sack of the game. And now it's going to be 3rd and very long for Northwestern. Nebraska really need to get the stop here. 3rd and 18. In no way should they be completing this. It's a 4-man rush. He's going to get the ball off over the middle, and he does find the completion, but it's only 11 yards. They're not in field goal range. They're probably going to have to punt it here on 4th and 7. So we get the first defensive stop of the game thanks to the sack by Tim Hart. Now Nebraska's offense is back out there. They ran the ball very well on their last drive. 1st and 10, 2 tight ends on the field. Hickman's going to motion to the left-hand side of the formation, and it's going to be another handoff. Jake Pierce looking to hit this left-hand side. It's yet another good run for him. 7 yards on the first down carry. Jake Pierce gets the first down on a counter run. So we're going to start the second quarter, 1st and 10, from about the 32-yard line. From shotgun, 2 tight ends on the field, and it's going to be a play-action pass. Jeff Holland looking over the middle. He's got his backup tight end, Chris Hickman, and he gets a gain of 7. Having a good running game opens up so many things for this offense, including the play-action pass and the quarterback run. 2nd and 3, I formation, 2 tight ends to the right-hand side, and it's going to be Jake Pierce looking to hit this right edge. But there's a Northwestern player right there, but he breaks the tackle. It is another really good run for Jake Pierce. He would have gotten stopped for a gain of nothing, but he breaks the tackle and gets a first down. The offensive line is blocking pretty well today, and Jake Pierce is running really hard. 1st and 10, already nearing midfield. From the pistol, 3 receivers to the left-hand side, and it's going to be a handoff up the middle. Jake Pierce has got another big lane and another solid carry. This one goes for 7. On 2nd and short, Jeff Holland finds Brian Donaldson for his first reception on a quick slant. So we've got another first down near the 40-yard line, getting close to scoring range. 3 receivers on the field, and it's going to be another run. Jake Pierce up the middle. Once again, another good lane. The interior of the offensive line is absolutely dominating to start today. An incompletion on 2nd down makes it 3rd and 4. Bunch to the right-hand side. The first 3rd medium we've had so far today. Jeff Holland going to drop back. He's going to get some pressure. He's going to look for his man, Brian Donaldson, but he drops it. And even if he would have brought it in, I think he would have been stopped short of the first down marker. So we've got our first 4th down, 4th and 4. We're in field goal range. Do we take the points, or do we go for this? We ultimately choose to take the 3 points and give ourselves the lead. I really wanted to go for it there, especially because we're playing pretty well. But for the season, I feel like we've struggled at times being overly aggressive in those situations, and it's really cost us at times. So I decided to go for the safe choice, get the points, give ourselves the lead, and put it back on our defense, who had a good drive last time out. Outside of Tim Hart's sack last drive, we have struggled to put much pressure on their quarterback. A screen pass goes for 4 yards on first down, so now it's 2nd and 6. A heavy package for Northwestern. Tight end's going to motion to the right-hand side, but they're going to look to throw out of it. 5-man rush, but he's got a wide-open receiver on this right-hand side. I think that's the tight end that went in motion, and no one covered him from Nebraska. And he gets an easy 22 yards. So once again, Northwestern are driving with ease, only through the air so far this drive. 1st and 10, it's another pass play. We send some pressure, and he's got a wide-open receiver downfield, and it is a touchdown. A long touchdown pass to Hooper Price for 42 yards. Nebraska take a risk sending extra pressure. It didn't get there, and there's no coverage downfield. And so Northwestern immediately take the lead back. We might have to start to get worried about this Nebraska defense today. They have not shown they can consistently stop the run. They can't get any pressure sending 4. And if they send extra rushers, they can't cover anyone downfield. I don't know how we fix this right now. 1st and 10, maybe we have to rely on the offense to just outscore them. It's going to be a run. Jake Pierce once again, another good run. Cuts it to the outside and gets a gain of 12 on first down. We haven't seen many shootouts in this series, but the way the game's going so far, we might see one today. 1st and 10, pistol look, 3 receivers to the left-hand side, and it is a play-action pass. Jeff Holland's going to have plenty of time. Good blocking, only a 3-man rush. He does decide to take off, and he's got a good lane. Falls forward, and he gets 17 yards on the scramble and gets us near midfield already. So it looks like neither defense has chosen to show up today. 1st and 10, 2 tight ends on the field. It's going to be another carry for Jake Pierce. Looking to hit this left edge. Once again, it is another good run. This one goes for 11 yards, and you get yet another first down on the ground. Jake Pierce is already over 100 yards on the ground. We're not even to halftime yet. 1st and 10 from pistol. Jeff Holland's going to drop back to throw. Looking over the middle, and it's intercepted. It is intercepted by Northwestern. It's really looking for a big play on one of these teams to make a difference here, and Northwestern might have just made it. They have not been able to stop us all game so far, but an interception gives them the ball right back, and we cannot stop their offense, so they can take a 2-score lead here. So it's the first mistake of the day for either team, and it is one we could not afford to be making with how awful our defense has started today. An incompletion on first down, a drop, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. 5 wide look, 4-man rush, again, no pressure. Finds his man over the middle, and it's back-to-back drops. So it's going to be 3rd and long for Northwestern. Is the defense about to bail out Jeff Holland and the offense? I sure hope so. 3rd and 10. 3 wide look this time. It's a 4-man rush. He's going to drop back to throw. Look downfield, and he's got a wide open receiver. They did well on 1st and 2nd down, but there was no one close to Marshall Lang on 3rd down. He gets an easy, and I mean easy, 19 yards. What has happened to this defense? We have not seen coverage breaks like this season. Everyone's wide open on almost every single play. 1st and 10, the quarterback's going to look to take off this time. And once again, there is no one. No one is there. We cannot contain him. And he gets a big gain, even though he, once again, is very, very slow. I feel like I shouldn't need to spy a guy with 69 speed, but maybe I'm wrong, because we cannot stop anything so far today. 1st and 10, and it's going to be a read option this time. And once again, he's going to hit the edge and not get touched until he's almost 12 yards down the field. This defense can do nothing. I have already tried everything so far today. Man, zone, man blitz, zone blitz, and nothing is working. A throwaway on 1st down, so it's 2nd and 10. We're only going to send a 3-man rush this time. Is that going to work? Not really. He finds his man, but it's only a short gain, 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 8. But once again, we're going to have to cover someone here if we're going to stop them. 3rd and 8, 4 wide. Once again, only 3 down linemen. We're not getting basically any pressure with 4, so why send 4? It's a screen, and it's another 1st down. Once again, basically no one close. We cannot make any plays on defense. If it wasn't for that sack by Tim Hart, Northwestern would be already on 21 points, looking for 28. 2nd and 11, after a speed option, goes for a -1 yards. Tight end's going to motion to the right-hand side. Still only 3 down line for Nebraska, and they only send 3. He's going to have all the time in the world, but that's going to be no different if we send 4. He finds an open man once again. It's the running back for a gain of 5. And Nebraska used their first timeout. They're going to stop here, give the ball back to their offense. They're hoping to see if they can get on the board to end this half. So it's 3rd and 5 for Northwestern. Can we finally get a stop on 3rd down? From shotgun, going to drop back to throw. Only a 3-man rush once again. He's going to have all the time in the world. He's going to get some pressure on him eventually. It's Tim Hart, and they do eventually bring him down. They drop everyone back into coverage, and for the first time, they actually cover someone. And so Ty Robinson gets the sack. It's going to be 4th and 7. They're going to use their second timeout, and Northwestern are going to be held to only 3 points. At least we were able to hold them in the red zone and keep them to only 3 points to keep this a 1-score game. The offense is going to have to play mistake-free football for the rest of this game if they're going to stand any chance of leaving with a win. 1st and 10, trips to the right-hand side. Jeff Holland's going to throw. 3-man rush. He's going to look downfield to the right-hand side, and he nearly throws back-to-back interceptions. Coming off his best game of his career, he's trying to throw this one away. I just don't understand this quarterback. He can look so good, and then he can look like the worst player to ever touch a football field. 2nd and 10, 3 wide look from shotgun. It's a 4-man rush this time. He's going to look to take off and get sacked for a loss of 5. They're going to call their 3rd timeout because they need points here, but it's going to be 3rd and 15, and it might end up with Northwestern getting some points. So it's 3rd and very long, and we have to get this 1st down. If we go into halftime down 7, we're not stopping them. We need to even this up. 1 minute, 3 seconds left. They're going to snap it, bunch to the right-hand side. Jeff Holland looking downfield, and it's intercepted. Coming off his best game of his career, Jeff Holland might be benched before this game's over. You got to feel for the rest of the team, because Jeff Holland is doing whatever he can to lose us this game. 1st and 10 for Northwestern. They are taking a 2-score lead to end the half. 3-man rush once again, looking for the sideline, and we can't make the play. We could have gotten an interception of our own, but we can't bring it down. So can we at least hold them to only 3 points again? 3rd and 10 from shotgun. Still only a 3-man rush. Gonna look downfield on the crosser. He's got his man. It's gonna make it 4th and short. They can go for this. They have 1 timeout. And are they gonna take the 3 points? Are they gonna go for it? They're gonna go for it. So it's 4th and 1. We can actually get out of this without allowing any points if we can get a stop here. Bunch to the right-hand side, a 5-wide look. 20 seconds left on the clock. They're gonna let it run down. And I can understand that. They don't want to give us the ball back. Even though it probably works out in their favor, we're just going to throw a pick 6. Are they even going to run a play here? They're going to have to. I'm surprised they're not showing any more urgency than this. They're going to let all the time run off the clock. They're giving themselves only 1 chance at the end zone, apparently. 3 seconds left, and he's going to check it down. So he's going to turn the ball over, but we don't have any time to do anything with it. And we're definitely not going to throw the ball here. So fortunately, we get out of the first half only down 1 score. And we're going to start with the ball in the second half. But we're going to have to rely on Jake Pierce going superhuman, it looks like. I don't know if I can trust Jeff Holland to throw the football. 1st and 10. Heavy package, I formation, and it's going to be Jake Pierce at the middle. It's another good run, another good lane from the offensive line. And he gets another 8 yards. We might not throw the ball the rest of this game. Once again, Jake Pierce up the middle, and he moves the chains, but only barely. So it's 1st and 10. 2 tight ends to the right-hand side from pistol. And Jake Pierce one more time. A counter run to this left-hand side. And it's another solid carry for a gain of 6. So it's 2nd and 4. 2 tight ends on the field. Hickman's going to motion to the right-hand side of the formation. And once again, Jake Pierce looking to hit this right edge. And once again, another solid carry. Close to the first down, not quite there. It's going to be 3rd and very short. On 3rd and inches, the fullback Thomas Fedone gets it for the first down. So it's 1st and 10 once again. Trips to the left-hand side from pistol. And it's going to be a read option. Jeff Holland's going to run the ball. We definitely can't trust him to throw it. Can we trust him to run it? I'm still not sure, but he gets 5 yards. Amir Johnson subs in on 2nd down for a tired Jake Pierce, and he gets a few yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 2. Jake Pierce is back out there from the I formation, 2 tight ends to the right-hand side, and it's going to be Jake Pierce one more time at the middle. And once again, it's another good run. Some good decisions there by Jake Pierce, showing off some good vision, and he gets the first down once again. I really want to run a play action here, but from what I've seen from Jeff Holland, I also really don't want him throwing the ball. 1st and 10. Tight end's going to motion, that's Chris Hickman. He's going to motion to the left-hand side, go in the backfield. And it's going to be another Jake Pierce carry. To this right-hand side on a counter run. He breaks 1 tackle. He's got open grass in front of him. He gets taken down from behind after a big carry for 24 yards. The running game, once again, still dominating. Only run so far, and we're already in scoring range. So it's going to be 2nd and 11. Not an ideal position when you're only looking to run the football. From the pistol, Brian Donaldson's going to motion into the backfield. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle, and Northwestern's starting to crack down on the run. They hit Jake Pierce in the backfield for a loss of 3. So we've driven all the way down the field on the ground, but we're in a position we don't want to be in, relying on Jeff Holland throwing the ball to get a first down. 3rd and long, 14 yards to go, bunch to the right-hand side from shotgun. Jeff Holland, just don't throw an interception. I don't really care what you do as long as you don't throw an interception or fumble it. Don't do that either. He's going to drop back to throw. It's going to be a blitz. Can he get the ball? He's got some time, but he gets sacked. They sent like 6 men. We blocked it up a little bit. He had a little bit of time, and he still gets sacked. Jeff Holland is an absolute mess. At least we get 3 points. Jeff Holland even had multiple wide open receivers there, and he still took the sack. What a disaster of a game so far throwing the ball. We're going to rely on the defense to be dominant in the second half. We stand a chance. 1st and 10, and it's an interception! A bad decision, and it's the 2nd consecutive game that Marvin White has intercepted the offense. It is a big play and one we desperately needed. We've got the ball right back in good position. But can the running game keep it going? They figured it out a little bit to end the last drive. They're going to have to play well because Jeff Holland cannot throw the football. God, did we need that. 1st and 10, the offense has the ball back. I formation, everyone in the box for Northwestern, so they're going to look to throw. He does find his man on the crossing on his Brian Donaldson for a gain of 11. They're only keying in on the running game right now. Jeff Holland's going to have to figure something out. If everyone's in the box, he's going to have to throw the football. Fortunately, he was able to do it there on 1st down. So it's going to be 1st and goal. Trips to the left-hand side from pistol, and it's going to be a handoff to the middle. Jake Pierce up the middle. He's going to break 1 tackle, and he's going to get in the end zone. Once again, Jake Pierce, a one-man wrecking crew. He gets another touchdown, and somehow we've taken the lead. The Nebraska defense over the years has had a tendency to play better in second halves than first halves, and it was a pretty dang good start as they get the interception on Northwestern's first drive. A run on 1st down goes for 3 yards, and they're going to drop back to throw here on 2nd and 7. He's going to find his man once again wide open at the sticks, and they're going to move the chains. 2nd and 3, and it's going to be a screen pass. He's going to find his receiver, and there is no one there. There is literally no Nebraska defender in the area code, and he gets an easy 19 yards. We didn't even send a blitz there. Where was our defense? 1st and 10, 5 wide look. Northwestern have liked these so far. Trips to the right-hand side for a 3-man rush for Nebraska. Once again, they're not sending forward because it's not getting there, but it hasn't really helped them because there's still no coverage from their secondary. It's another big completion for 25 yards, and they're back in scoring range, looking to even this up or take the lead. They run it up the middle again on 2nd down. They get a gain of 4. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 here for Northwestern. Wide receivers in tight from shotgun. 3-man rush from Nebraska. Going to have all the time looking for the corner of the end zone, and it could have been intercepted. Malik Williams couldn't come down with it, but he does force the incompletion and the field goal attempt. The offsides made it 1st and 5, but a run goes nowhere. So now it's going to be 2nd and 5. From shotgun, 2 receivers to the right-hand side, and it's going to be a read option, and it is played perfectly for Northwestern. Looks like we're not going to be able to run the ball anymore. They are keeping everyone at the line of scrimmage. They are basically run committing on every single play. So Jeff Holland's going to have to do something. So it's 3rd and 7. And if we're going to win this game, Jeff Holland's going to have to step up. Bunch to the right-hand side from shotgun. It's going to be a heavy blitz. He's got to get the ball out, and he does to his reliable tight end, Rodney Jennings. That might be his first reception of the day. It goes for 14 yards and a first down. It is his first catch. And that was only Jeff Holland's 5th completion of the day, and he has 2 interceptions, almost more than completions. 1st and 10 from shotgun, 2 tight ends on the field. And it's a play-action pass. Jeff Holland, he's going to have time. He's going to take off. He's got a lane. He scrambles for another good gain of 10 yards, 11 yards, and a first down. Jeff Holland takes another sack on first down. He had an open receiver on a slant route, but he chose to run into pressure instead. I really am starting to despise this man. So it's 2nd and long, 16 yards to go. Bunch to the right-hand side from shotgun. It's a 3-man rush this time. He's going to look near the sideline. He's got his man as Brian Donaldson. He gets a lot of those yards back. It's going to be 3rd and 3. So it's only 3 yards to go to move the chains. We're in shotgun. Rodney Jennings lining up in the backfield. And it's going to be a run up the middle. Jake Pierce is going to get the carry. He's the guy we really trust in these situations. We don't trust Jeff Holland at all. So we give it to Jake Pierce, and he shows why we should trust him, as he gets the first down. Jeff Holland is literally making the worst decisions possible on every single play. Another sack, so once again, we're behind the sticks. 2nd and 15. Receiver's in tight. He's going to look to throw. It's only a 3-man rush. He's going to look for the check down for 4 yards. So it's still 3rd and long. 3rd and 11. Come on, Jeff. Don't do something stupid. If he gets sacked here, he might take us out of field goal range. That cannot happen. 3rd and 11. 2 receivers to the right-hand side. It's a 4-man rush. He's going to have time. Look downfield. A floated ball, and he should have thrown an interception. It could have been picked off by 2 different players. I don't know if I've ever seen a worse quarterback performance than we've seen from Jeff Holland today. We were fortunate to still have the ball and still have a chance for a field goal. But the first missed field goal of Leon Young's career, and so it's tied 20-20 still. We had a chance to take the lead, but when it rains, it pours. Nothing, and I mean nothing, is going to go right for this team today. We finally got a stop for loss on first down, so it's 2nd and 14. But we're going to need a back-to-back plays if we're going to have a chance to get a stop here. 4-man rush, looking near the sideline, and it's intercepted! We finally bring one down. We have a chance to return it for the touchdown, but he gets tripped up by the ankles. Our 2nd interception, and it is Malik Williams who brings it down. He had a few chances so far today to get an interception, and he dropped them. He doesn't drop this one. The defense is solely keeping us in this game. If it wasn't for them, this would be a blowout. So it's another huge play for our defense to bail out Jeff Holland and this offense in special teams now. 1st and 10, trips to the left-hand side. It's going to be Jake Pierce, and there's still nowhere for him to go. I don't know if he's gained a positive yard in the last 3 drives. So we are straight up just not going to be able to run the ball anymore. It's going to be on the arm of Jeff Holland, and that does not bode well for us. 2nd and 13, 3-wide look from shotgun. They send a blitz. He's got to get the ball out. He does to the crosser. He's got a lot of space in front of him. It's James Hill with his first reception. He brings us only 1 yard away from the first down. Jake Pierce from the I formation is able to get enough to move the chains. So it's 1st and 10. The drive continues. 2 receivers to the right-hand side, and Jeff Holland's going to drop back looking to throw. Over the middle, he's got James Hill once again on a crosser, and it's another solid gain of 6. Jake Pierce on a 2nd down run only gets back to the line of scrimmage. So they're going to let the time run off the clock, and it's going to be 3rd and 4. From a heavy package, I formation, and Jeff Holland's going to drop back to throw. He's going to look for the end zone, and he's got his man! It is Rodney Jennings for a 9-yard touchdown. Oh, Jeff Holland finally does something right. He gets his first touchdown of the day, and we are going to go up 7. There's only 1 minute and 3 left. This Nebraska defense can get another stop. We can actually get out of this game with a win. So Northwestern are only going to have a minute to go over 80 yards to try to tie this game up. 1st and 10. Bunch to the left-hand side. Tight end's going to motion to the right-hand side of the formation. It's only going to be throws from here on out. It's 4-man rush. He finds his tight end over the middle for a solid gain of 12 on first down. Completion on first down is just the line of scrimmage, so it's a gain of nothing, and they use a timeout. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 here. Tight end's going to motion to the right-hand side. It is a 5-man rush. He's going to send a screen pass, and Ty Robinson is right there to force the incompletion. I kind of wish he would have let him catch it and then tackled him, but I'll still take it. So that big play by Ty Robinson is going to make it 3rd and 10 now. 4-wide look, only 3 down linemen for Nebraska, and they're only going to send the 3. He's going to get his man over. It's like another screen pass set up, and it only goes back to the line of scrimmage. And they're just going to let the timer off the clock. They have a timeout. It doesn't look like they're going to use it. They're going to rush back to the line on 4th and 11. We can end this game right here. Can we get the stop? 3-man rush, and it is caught short of the sticks. It is a turnover on downs, and Nebraska somehow are going to be able to escape this game with a win. That's 4 in a row. No matter how hard Jeff Holland tried, the defense wouldn't let him lose this game. So we're going to escape Memorial Stadium with our 4th win in a row as we beat Northwestern 27-20 in a very, very weird game. But all that matters is who's in the win column, and for today, that's us. And the player of the game has to be Jake Pierce. Didn't do much towards the end there as they basically had everyone in the box because they knew Jeff Holland couldn't throw the ball. Jake Pierce was our only threat, and so he really struggled, but for the majority of that game, he was absolutely dominant. Breaking tackles, making great cuts, scoring 2 touchdowns, and 180 yards. The best day of Jake Pierce's career. You never know what you're going to get from this Nebraska offense when you show up on game day. Last week was probably the best game of Jeff Holland's career. He was efficient, he was making good decisions, he was even throwing the ball downfield. This week was the polar opposite. Might be the worst game of Jeff Holland's career. Every single play, he was making the worst decision possible. He ends up 10 of 17, which doesn't look that bad, but of those 7 incompletions, almost all of them could have been interceptions. He does get 2 interceptions on the day, and it could have been 4, 5, 6, 7, 4 sacks as well. Most of them were his fault. Just an awful day from him throwing the ball. He got a little bit of retribution there at the end, throwing the touchdown pass, but it doesn't make up for 3.5 quarters of awful play. Our running game in Jake Pierce is the other end of that spectrum. Last week, the running game could do absolutely nothing. Jake Pierce averaged like 2 yards a carry. This week, he had the best game of his career. He goes for 180 yards, 6.9 per attempt when he had 26 attempts, and 2 touchdowns. It was a great day from Jake Pierce. He broke a lot of tackles, and he made a lot of good cuts. He showed off really good vision today. I don't know if I can put a lot of blame on our receivers today. Maybe they could have done a little bit better job getting separation, but for the most part, I don't think they were that bad. It was just Jeff Holland was that bad. For our defense today, it was a real mixed bag. Between the 20s, for the most part, they were absolutely awful. Northwestern did whatever they wanted. But they had those 2 huge plays, those 2 interceptions, that absolutely, without a doubt, changed the game. And once Northwestern got to the red zone, they stepped up as well and forced a lot more field goals than touchdowns. We look at some individuals, not many tackles for loss for any one individual, but the entire team did a decent job stopping the run at points. He'd have some big runs, and then he'd have some runs that just for a few yards and maybe stop for a short loss. Really up and down from the run defense and the pass defense, but the pass defense was mostly bad. Outside of the 2 interceptions, they basically didn't cover anyone, and we didn't get much pressure either. Tim Hart had a sack, Ty Robinson had a sack, but that was on a scramble. They weren't getting pressure, and our coverage wasn't good. Maybe most notably, Leon Young missed the first field goal attempt of his career. He was perfect last year, and he had been perfect this year, both from field goals and extra points. But not a lot was going right for this team today. So, not too surprised that he had his first miss. This might be one of the weirdest games I've ever been involved in. Northwestern outgained us on offense thanks to their 243 passing yards to our 91. Did have 192 rushing yards, which was nice. But we were actually good on third down. 6 of 10, which is not bad, but most of those conversions were on the ground. Well, they struggled a little bit. Only 3 of 9, and only 1 of 3 from 4th downs. Our defense, for the most part, was not very good, but they did step up at times when they needed to. In terms of red zone, we scored on every single possession, as did they, which means that we actually didn't punt today. You wouldn't think how bad our offense was that we wouldn't have punted, but it was either an interception from Jeff Holland, or we were able to get into field goal range and get a field goal or the odd touchdown. Just a weird game. Put up 27 points, and we didn't have to punt, but we ran the ball so much, a lot of time in possession, and there weren't many drives for either team. You don't always have to win pretty. In the end, all wins count the same. And that makes it 4 in a row for the Cornhuskers. And that keeps us in the race to get to our first Big Ten championship game. That game, almost more than any other, took a lot of in-game management and risk-reward decision-making. For the most part, I thought we did pretty well. On offense, we started off running the ball really well. We were able to incorporate some play action off of it and find some balance. And then Jeff Holland absolutely collapsed and couldn't be trusted to throw the football. Then on, we leaned on Jake Pierce in the running game, and it helped our offense be mostly successful. We took it down the field in little chunks and were able to get into scoring range. And when we got there, we just took the points. Beforehand, we had gone for a lot of 4th downs, and we hadn't been that successful. We decided to take the points today. And decisions like that, I think, helped us get the win in a game where not everything went our way. If we now look at the conference standings for the Big Ten West, we stay at the top with that win, and Northwestern are almost out of consideration now. 2 losses in the division, 2-2 in the conference. It's going to take a lot for them to get back in this Big Ten West race. And we should still be the favorites. Obviously, Iowa, Wisconsin, and Illinois still haven't played yet. They can still be right there. But as things stand, we are at the top. And if we can continue to win, we can get to a Big Ten championship. And we do still have 2 of those contenders yet to play, Wisconsin and Iowa, in the last 2 weeks of the season. And those games will go a long way to determine the winner of the West. But for now, we can't think ahead to Wisconsin or Iowa, because coming up next, we've got our biggest test of the season. Number 7, Michigan, the best team we'll probably face in the regular season this year. And they are very good at almost everything. They've got a good defense, they've got a good quarterback, they've got a good running back, they've got a good offensive line. They are an exceptional team. But fortunately with this win against Northwestern, it gives us a little bit more wiggle room. We can't afford to drop this game and still have a chance to get to the Big Ten championship. But a win against Michigan would be absolutely massive. But that's going to be extremely difficult, and the game today didn't provide me with any added confidence. Outside of those 2 interceptions, for the most part, our defense really struggled against an average at best Northwestern offense. And outside of our running game, our offense was really bad. And I am under no illusions that our running game can play as well against Michigan as I did against Northwestern. So I think if we're going to pull off the upset, it's going to take a massive bounce back performance from Jeff Holland. Outside of that, I don't see many ways we win this game. So I'll see you next episode for the biggest game of the season. We're going to find out if this Nebraska team can actually play with the big boys. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell? The links to all my socials and my Twitch are in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.